Hello and welcome to tonight's episode of Friday Night Lights on SSB. We're at a new stadium tonight we haven't hit this season yet, and it is the Andrew Jackson Tigers versus the First Coast Bucks. With me, as always, on camera is Courtney Wallace. We're getting prepped for the color guard to take midfield and have the national anthem play and get this game started.
And of course, you did say Friday Night Lights.
It's actually not.
Thursday Night Lights.
Special edition of Friday Night Lights.
Yes, special edition.
A day early.
A day early, yes sir, yes sir.
On Thursday night. That is due to tomorrow being Halloween. October 31st.
Yep.
So
got pretty much a full slate of games across the First Coast tonight.
Yep.
We chose to be here at Andrew Jackson. Of course, they're good friends of SSB on the basketball side. Spent some time with them this morning. And here we are doing our first ever football game with them. I want to say thanks to Coach and AD John Sanchez for always accommodating us.
Always. Yeah, I walked in and guy next to him said ticket, and he goes, "That's SSB." Let him through.
Wow. That's collateral. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're always happy to work with the Andrew Jackson family.
Absolutely. All right, we will get prepped here for the national anthem, and we'll be back as soon as the color guard starts coming off the field.
Test. Test. 1, 2.
So it looks like they might have the captains take the field and do the coin toss first. And I'll try to read off the jerseys. The far left jersey is tucked, so I'm unable to read that number. Next to him, you have number 17. That is Tyler Dow. Next to him, Courtney, you got a better view than I do.
I see a number 5 there.
I got number 5 on the far right. That is Curtis Burgess, and it looks like
number 4, or it could be 14. I think that might be number 4.
It's either, I think 54 is what I think.
Possibly. I'm seeing the 4 from my angle.
Yeah, I definitely see the 4, and there's a first number in there. I'm going to say 54, Caleb Thompson. And then from Andrew Jackson, we have number 1, Antonio Queen. I believe it was number 3. No number 3. I know that's 21. LaQuinn Buckman. And see if I can get the last one as he comes.
Is that number 5?
Number 5.
Yep.
Dorian McNair. It was 64. And it was Darius Sanders for First Coast, number 64. And then the Chuck jersey was number 6, Davin Womack. And that is the captains and the coin toss for the start of this game. And we are waiting for the presentation of the colors from my favorite type of JROTC, the Air Force JROTC. It's the first one I think I've seen us go to where school where they had an Air Force JROTC.
Pretty much.
So.
And of course, there's a good reason why you would prefer that one.
Of course, yeah. I mean,
a very good reason.
Yeah.
Thanks for your service, brother.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if I do recall back in my high school days when I went to the Nationals championship for drill and ceremony when I was in JROTC. I was in Army JROTC in high school. I think we actually competed against Andrew Jackson in the championships, and they whooped our butts.
Oh, they did?
If I remember correctly, because I remember Andrew Jackson, they were from Florida. And I only know of one Andrew Jackson in Florida.
So you got Tiger whipped?
We did. We got Tiger clawed, Tiger whipped, Tiger stomped, whatever you want to call it. If I do recall, Andrew Jackson had a very, very good JROTC program back when I was in high school many, many moons ago. It's been a little bit since then.
I like the way you said that. Many moons ago.
Many
I won't ask you how many, though.
Many full moons ago.
I'll leave it at that.
I won't ask you either.
Right back at you.
Many full moons ago. And Andrew Jackson is getting prepped to take the field.
They are.
So I know normally we're used to seeing the presentation of the colors and then the teams take the field. Well, this is the first Duval school.
And here we go.
Yep, here we go. All right, we will hold off here and have the national anthem and be right back.
Thank you. Nah, I don't know what the DJ doing. I can see all that going on. If he see people.
All right, and color guard will come off the field, and the flight element behind them. And both teams will prepare to take the field. We've already seen the coin toss. And we prep for what I believe is Andrew Jackson's final game of the season.
Indeed.
Both teams are 4-5. Comes First Coast.
The Buccaneers are out.
Saw a little bit of their pregame warm-up, and they seem motivated in this one, both teams trying to end the season on a 5-5 record. One of them will be victorious. The other will fall to 4-6.
Yeah, one of these teams will want to clean that up some.
Yeah, finishing the season
strong
with a 50% average is not the worst thing that could happen. Falling just below that, you're at 4-5 right now. Falling below that, if you go to a 4-6 at a 40% average, that's not where you want to stay, at least if you've been there multiple seasons in a row.
True. you want to show some improvement in your program.
Absolutely.
Officials for tonight's matchup. Referee is Kenneth Jefferson.
And Andrew Jackson will be kicking off. You see both teams motivated, ready to take the field and get this game underway.
On a chilly Thursday evening.
Chilly. I'm very upset that I forgot my jacket.
Don't worry. The game will be hot enough that you'll be warm. Don't worry.
I'm hoping so.
Yeah, there'll be enough heat generated.
All right, single back in the backfield for First Coast. That's going to be number 7, Tony Kennedy. He is listed as, I'm going to say the best way I can, multi-position. He's listed as athlete, quarterback, and safety. So pretty much an all-around player. And then to kick off for Andrew Jackson, as Courtney becomes my binoculars for a second, as I try to get the number. Do they have a kicker listed? They do. They have a 44, and that is 17. Not 44. That is 17.
Mm-hmm.
That's Lamar Stanfield. He's listed as quarterback and linebacker. So we had a similar situation a few weeks ago where a team didn't have a kicker listed. Andrew Jackson does, but I don't see him doing the kickoff. I wonder if maybe he is their field goal kicker and that's about it. Maybe punter. No, they have a punter listed as well. We'll see. We are underway. Bringing it out past the 20. Got a little bit open field. Gets his legs tripped up under him. And that is number 21 from Andrew Jackson on the stop on close to an open field run to start the game. That's LaQuinn Buckman on the stop. And again, Tony Kennedy on the carry out to the 34 for First Coast to take this over and start it off.
Bucks will start their drive on their own 34-yard line, 1st and 10.
Let's see how many times we played neglect the clock today. Another thing I don't think we've seen to start a game is both cheer teams cheering together to start the game. That'll be a handoff for Tony Kennedy, and he'll make it not quite to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard.
It's about a 2-yard loss. It's going to be second down, roughly 12 yards.
They've spotted it right in between the 32 and 33 from where I'm seeing. So a 1.5 to 2-yard loss to start this game off. Going to fake the handoff, looking to pass. It's caught, number 19. He's got a little bit of room, and his jersey gets dragged, so he couldn't get away. That's Aiden Harrell on the catch. That's going to be enough for, I would say, about a 9-yard completion. So it'll be a 3rd and 2 is what I'm going to say. They need to get to the these first down markers were set a little weird. I thought they spotted him at the 34, but the first down is set at the 45. So I think they might have had the first down marker set a little weird, but good gain on the play. They've got 3 yards to go.
And here comes the band.
Absolutely. We've heard this band in the basketball season. They are.
Oh, boy, they're loud.
Yeah, they are. Caught. Oh, good catch. Nearly tipped, but a good pass over the top of the defender to Ronnie Williams Jr., number 16, listed as a tight end and a defensive end. And he is a staggering 6'2". Got a lot of 6-foot players that I'm seeing on the Andrew Jackson roster. So a lot of height that they have. And First Coast as well. Both teams have 6-footers. Andrew Jackson has a little bit less than First Coast. So maybe a height advantage battle that we'll see here. We'll have to see. This is actually the First Coast band coming out.
All right, Gar, is it me or the acoustics in this stadium is just different from anywhere we've been?
They definitely are. They seem to carry a lot better. It's going to be another carry from Tony Kennedy. He'll get to the line of scrimmage and continuing to push for forward momentum. And he'll get about 5 on that carry. And that'll be a second. He's going to get 6 on the carry, 2nd and 4. I mean, I'm hearing the band, I don't know if it's through the headphones or if it's through your microphone, but I'm hearing it plain as day.
Yep. And they're on the other side of the stadium.
Yeah, I mean, you can see them on the far side of your screen. These acoustics definitely, you wouldn't think so because it's a lot of open space.
There is, it is.
I mean, you've got a little bit of some tree cover on the Andrew Jackson defended touchdown right now, and it's going to be another Tony Kennedy carry. That's going to be enough for the first down. You've got a little bit of some tree cover that might be keeping some of those in. You've got the bleachers, but you've got a lot of open space.
It's a lot of open space. It's a big stadium.
It is, actually.
And you have a running track.
Yep, and those acoustics are still carrying fairly well.
Oh, yeah. Might be the concrete. I don't know.
It could be. Concrete tends to bounce sound more than it does absorb it, so that could be what it is. Not a lot of open space for sound to just pass through, like some of the stadiums that have the metal bleachers that have the gaps in them. Another passing play caught, and he's going to push around to the outside and finally be wrapped up by a cluster of Andrew Jackson defenders. It was Marley Moe on the catch. And I believe he has enough. There he's inside of the 10 for 1st and goal. And I'm not sure if the chain gang rep knows that it's already a 1st and goal. We don't need the down markers at this point. It's just the first down markers. We just need the down itself, the line of scrimmage marker.
I think he just realized.
I think he did.
He must be listening to you.
He's got to be at this point. I've got a bug in his ear. Another handoff up the middle. Almost there. Looks like he got to about the 2 or the 3. They're going to spot him at the 1. So 2nd and goal from the 1, and First Coast just kind of pushing their way.
And they'd have to count this a very good drive. It's the first drive of the game.
It is. They've used good time. It's about 5 minutes worth of time. If you were trying to eat time and to keep the ball out of your opponent's hands, you want to eat about half the period's worth of clock if you can, and they've done just that almost. By the time they score and do the field goal, they have just under half of the 12-minute quarter, and they've done a fairly good job here of pushing down the field. Under center snap taken, trying to force forward for a QB sneak, and he does not get it. And the side judge coming in to spot the ball. Looks like it may have been either just a no gain or a loss of 1.
And that play was pretty much telegraphed.
It was.
Once the number 7 came out.
Looks like we're going to have an official timeout by Andrew Jackson, the first one of the half, as they try to stop this touchdown drive that First Coast is pushing themselves forward through. Ball is still at the 1. We'll take this moment to hear from our partner, First Baptist Church of Orange Park.
Baptist Church of Orange Park was founded in 1921. Suffice to say, much has changed in Orange Park, Clay County, and the world since then. Though much has changed in the world, our mission remains the same. We are a church intent on fulfilling that mission and are strategically engaged in our community through partnerships with local schools, sports teams, veterans organizations, and more. We are a family equipping church. We invite you to check us out at firstfam.org or join us in person at 1140 Kingsley Avenue, Orange Park, Florida.
We're back after that First Baptist Church of Orange Park timeout, as First Coast has a 3rd and goal from the 1, trying to force their way in for 6. Direct snap taken by Tony Kennedy, and he has it. Touchdown, First Coast. First touchdown of the night. First drive of the night, and they go all the way down from their 34 for 6.
Yeah, I'm sure Andrew Jackson, the coaching staff, were thinking that was a little bit too easy. There just weren't enough stops. on the drive.
No, a lot of first downs on that drive. Definitely had some, I won't say huge plays, but definitely some big plays that gave them the yardage that made it seem really easily. Looks like we have number 83 to kick, Tyler Jones, the extra point.
No good.
And that is no good. So First Coast will keep 6 on the board. And it'll be 6 minutes, 11 seconds left on the clock when Andrew Jackson receives the kickoff. Like I said, just about half of the quarter taken by First Coast. So Andrew Jackson has 2 options with their drive. You either take the other half of the quarter and make it a 1 touchdown quarter each and score the extra point to take the lead in the first quarter, or you score quick to give some extra time to try to get some extra points on the board later in the game with more possessions. We'll have to see how their opening drive starts off. They've got, it looks like a triple backfield, but I think it might be a solo back who's just cut up a little bit. No, they are playing a triple backfield.
Triple, yep.
They've got 2 closer to the far right side. Looks like the far right is kind of scooted in a little bit instead of being at the numbers like the left side, and then 1 at the center.
Probably did their homework on this kicker.
Potentially.
Right. He might be a left side kicker. But he certainly looks like a left-footed kicker.
He is a left foot kicker. Good observation. Dropped. And he still doesn't have the ball. He's touched it, so it's a live ball. He's finally got it cutting, and that is taken down at about the 5-yard line, maybe the 6. A very terrible return for their first kickoff return of the night.
Well, they got work to do, for sure.
They have a long field ahead of them, definitely a longer field than First Coast had. But that realistically means that more yardage stats for your players. So win, lose, win, however you want to call it.
Yep. And here comes the Andrew Jackson band.
There we come. And they've got their nice bright red and black band uniforms on as well, matching the team with their black and red. Red and black, black and red. I do end up liking those colors a lot. It's almost like, other than the First Coast team, there's a penalty that's going to give some free yardage here. Other than the First Coast team itself on the field being white and silver, the bands are exact opposites. You've got black and red and then black and blue.
And just from this moment, I'm sure what's going to happen once the drums start to pass the camera or commentary point, but the First Coast band seemed to have been a whole lot louder.
Absolutely. So that play is pretty much ate up as soon as it starts, and Andrew Jackson is going to lose some of that free yardage they got. It's definitely getting louder on my side with that band coming right in front of us now as we get a shot of that for you. Jackson lining up for their second down. They have the free penalty yardage. That makes it second down now. They did not get a loss on the play, so it's 2nd and 5. Handoff, and he cuts back, but they're going to say he was down. And that was, I believe, number 1 on the carry, and that's Antonio Queen. Antonio, I almost tried to say that. So he did end up trying to cut back, but they say he slipped enough and down to himself, and they'll have a loss of 2 on the play. As Andrew Jackson is trying to get just a first down on this drive. They are in a 3rd and 8 situation to start off.
Not good.
Especially whenever we still don't know if they have a punter. The rush is coming. Quarterback jukes out of it, looking to pass. Still scrambling, throwing downfield, and had his receiver backed up, he would have caught it, but he went to try to contest the defender coming after it.
Who was taller, who had a height on him.
Had the height advantage we were talking about. That was number 7 for First Coast.
Who apparently plays on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, well, I did say safety at the beginning. Tony Kennedy playing athlete, quarterback, safety. So his height contention, he is a 6-foot safety. And the Andrew Jackson receiver more worried on that play about not letting him get the ball than he was about catching himself. And First Coast trying to answer the Andrew Jackson band. And his first punt of the game. The ball goes behind him. That will stop past the end of the end zone for a safety. So a free 2 points for First Coast on a missed snap by the punter. So that'll put First Coast up 8, and we will take a water break for an official FHSAA water break.
They're louder.
They definitely are right now. And Jackson Band is still getting set up, and they are still swaying to the momentum, and I expect they'll have an answer for them. Officials are trying to get the players to take the field. This is a...
In other words, let's go.
And I believe they're enforcing some sort of... Oh, there's the safety yardage. My mistake. They had him at the 20 for the safety kick. So not only did you get the 2 points free for your opponent, you also have to kick off from your 20 instead of your 40 as normal, which gives them even better field position to start their next drive. And number 7 again, back to receive for First Coast. I feel like we're gonna get used to calling his name, Tony Kennedy. Kickoff is gonna go pretty much right where he's at the 40, and he's gonna try to move it left, and is met initially, looks like by number 18, I think it is, by Andrew Jackson. There's no number 18, so I'll try to catch the number. That number 15, I think, Jaden Scott. That's Andrew Jackson answering. They will be a little bit louder on your mic only because they're right next to us, but for how loud First Coast is, I feel like they've got a very motivated band. Yeah, it is a bigger band. Man in motion. And the penalty flag goes. Quarterback is scrambling left side, one man to beat for the first down, and he's got it. But the penalty is out, so we'll have to see what the call is and if it gets brought back.
First down, but there is a flag. And this one looks like it's going against the Bucks.
I believe this one will be coming back, as does the Andrew Jackson commentator. As we wait for the final call. False start on the offense. This one will be coming back and losing yardage.
And I don't think we mentioned it at the top of the broadcast, but this is the second time we're having First Coast on the channel this season.
It is.
A couple of weeks ago, we had them on against Oakleaf, and they were no match for the Knights.
No, Oakleaf had a very good season, and First Coast just didn't have much of an answer for them. They seem to have an answer for Andrew Jackson, so maybe some improvement since we've seen him last.
Or probably, like you said, just wanting to end the season on a high.
Absolutely. And after the penalty yardage, they will start with a 1st and 15 from their 40. So still really good position just behind the chains a little bit. Looking to pass again on this one, and he's going to continue to scramble. He's back to the original line of scrimmage. Clock will continue to run as I didn't even start it. And it looks like he gained about 7 on the play, maybe 6. And he will have a 2nd and 8, so 7 on the play. And those of you joining us, thank you for joining tonight with our first official home Duval game of the season. We have seen First Coast this season at Oakleaf, but this is the first time we've had a Duval school host us at home this season so far. There's going to be an encroachment on that one. Defensive lineman jumped. And that'll give some free yardage to First Coast. We'll wait for the official call. There it is, encroachment on the defense, some free yardage for First Coast. Offsides, encroachment, however you want to call it, called multiple ways. And they're going to spot it right in between the 48 and the 49. So we'll call it at the 48.5 of Andrew Jackson. The down marker is at the 48. So I think they're trying to go off the tip of the ball, even though it's about a half yard behind. And it'll again be 2nd and we'll say 4. Looking to pass once again. He's got an open receiver. That's number 16. And he's got enough for the first down. That's Ronnie Williams Jr. on the catch and run for the First Coast first down.
And again, it's just looking just a little bit too easy for First Coast to advance down the field. So they're definitely enjoying the better of this first quarter of the game.
Definitely are right now. They've got coming down towards the 2-minute mark. And they're going to hand off to Mr. Kennedy, who's got enough for, it looks like 7 or 8 on that carry. So we'll say 6 actually, 2nd and 4. So one thing we've already halfway noted a little bit is the First Coast band that is bigger than the Andrew Jackson band, who currently is pretending to be asleep during the Andrew Jackson playing, as they are not amused with what is going on. But the other thing we'll note is apparently the First Coast Bucks cheer team is large enough. They still have cheerleaders on their side and are over on the Andrew Jackson side cheering with them as well. There's a throw, and it's pretty much 8 right where it was caught by the Andrew Jackson defense.
I'll tell you one thing though, I'd much rather hear the Andrew Jackson band out here rather than in the gym.
Inside the gym, yeah, that is, inside the gym is
it's a whole different animal.
Whole different game. I have had my eardrums blown out inside of that. Not quite literally, but basically, when you already have hearing loss and tinnitus, and then you go inside of a gym with a band that is
Just pounding away.
Pounding away.
Yeah.
Very motivated, which you've got to give them credit for. Band kids love music.
Oh, yeah.
I did not love it enough to be a band kid, but I don't even really listen to music that much. But you've got to appreciate good music when you hear it. There's a good open hole. That's number 10 on the carry. We haven't seen him much tonight. Aiden Coates, and he's got a first down. So that'll give First Coast some good yardage, and they are inside of the red zone with that.
Again.
Yeah, once again. And they will have enough time on this to finish out the first quarter and start the second. And in motion, number 11. Hand off to Mr. Kennedy once again, right-hand side. He's got some speed on him, and it is enough to break through a tackle and score a touchdown. First Coast, number 7, Tony Kennedy. He's called his name once, and he called it again 2 times within the first quarter. They've got 3 seconds left on the clock for the extra point, and it doesn't matter if they make it or not because of the safety. They can miss it and still be up 2 full touchdowns. 3 seconds left in the first quarter. First Coast has scored twice and had a safety, a defensive safety.
One missed field goal, but it won't matter, actually, like you just said.
Yeah, they're already up 14-0.
They've already made up for it.
They have. Here's First Coast's answer after the Andrew Jackson band playing, as they seem to have woken up. And it looks like they're going to go for 2, and it's over the head. And I think that was number 19 on the intended receiver, Aiden Harrell, who, again, has some height, 6'1". So, again, doesn't really matter that they didn't score because they're still up by 2 touchdowns.
Is that an indication that their kick game is not...
I don't know if it is or not, because, I mean, they have... I believe they have a kicker listed. Let me look down the roster real quick once again. They have a kicker listed as number 83, who kicked off their kickoff, tried the extra point and missed it. So maybe they just, because they were already up by the 2 touchdowns, they just gave their extra 2-point attempt. We might see him on the next one, I would suspect. He is a left-foot kicker, and being a high school kicker, he's got a lot of training to do. I don't think he's got quite the boot that Sertivan has, but I don't know. I find maybe I'm ambidextrous. I used to be a lefty, but everything left after I broke my left arm seems to be a lot more difficult, and I'm not sure if that's the case for most lefties, but
well, one thing for certain, on the Andrew Jackson end, the back 3 are a little bit more spread out. From the last game.
I would say the right side is far more right, and the middle is pretty much where he was. He does not even field it again, and he lets it roll into the end zone for the touchback. I'm wondering if they're a little scared to field this ball.
Well, his approach to the ball was a little bit, it seemed timid to me.
I mean, if you want an attempt at fielding, that's number 21 for Andrew Jackson, LaQuinn Buckman. He is a kind of a shorter guy, not quite like the John Dukes III short, but he's listed at 5'5".
You have to remember John Dukes, didn't you?
I mean, I've got to remember.
That's
John
your guy.
Dukes. It's my guy. I will say, if Andrew Jackson is wanting an attempt at a return, he's kind of run away from the ball twice at this point. I think you put him on the outside. If I was First Coast and I saw them swapping, though, I'm kicking to him anyway.
For sure.
3 seconds on the clock in the first quarter. Andrew Jackson will get 1 play to try to get any yardage going from their 20. It's going to be a quick screen pass, and he's pretty much just read immediately by First Coast. There was nothing going there. That was number 5 on the stop. As I try to get their roster pulled up, Curtis Burgess. An easy read and stop for them, and a loss of 5 on the screen pass. Second down, and we will have the end of the first quarter. Flip the field, and we'll be back after this word from our partner, First Baptist Church of Orange Park.
Baptist Church of Orange Park was founded in 1921. Suffice to say, much has changed in Orange Park, Clay County, and the world since then. Though much has changed in the world, our mission remains the same. We are a church intent on fulfilling that mission and are strategically engaged in our community through partnerships with local schools, sports teams, veterans organizations, and more. We are a family equipping church. We invite you to check us out at firstfam.org or join us in person at 1140 Kingsley Avenue, Orange Park, Florida.
Once again, that message brought by First Baptist Church of Orange Park. Thank you for partnering with us this football season. We've appreciated having you on as a partner once again, and hope that everything is going well for you guys on your side, enjoying your Sundays and Wednesday services, and watching the game as we bring it to you guys live and after the fact in our replay archives. That is Andrew Jackson Band playing. This is pretty much ate up once again, maybe a gain of 1. I didn't even reset the clock. Let's do that. We'll run it down and start it. No gain on the play. I'd say gain of 1. I think there was a gain of 1. They were first and 15 there now. I'd say, sorry, second and 15. About 3 and 14. 14.
And I must say it's a good turnout for a Thursday night game here on Main Street.
Yeah, especially for being as cold as it is.
Yep.
First coach trying to bring some outside rushing, and it's not going anywhere. Quarterback will sneak it himself and take it on the outside. Gain about, I would say, 7 on the play and bring up a 4th and 4. Actually, they're going to spot him out of bounds after only like maybe a 4-yard carry, 4th and 8. So he slid out of bounds, but I guess he was out of bounds already when he slid because he looked farther down the yardage markers, but they're going to spot him 4th and 8, and we'll see an Andrew Jackson punt once again. Looks like we might have a timeout here.
Andrew Jackson.
Yep, timeout Andrew Jackson. Their second of the half with 10:25 left to go in the second. Well, we know Andrew Jackson can play basketball, and we know by the record they can win some football games. But I think whenever you and I have already discussed this a little bit before the game, they are definitely a basketball-driven school.
And you know what's great is to see the basketball team here supporting the footballers.
Yeah, they are out in their jerseys, walking around supporting their football teammates, which I imagine they probably have some dual athletes playing basketball and football, so they're here for their teammates as well, and obviously for the school support. This is another high snap, and it's going into the end zone, and he'll kick it out of bounds to prevent the touchdown. And the penalty flag, you will have a safety, and potentially something happened with that penalty. He did kick the ball out of bounds, which you are not allowed to do.
And that's another safety.
So snapper is just over the head of the punter, so the punter either has to back up and give some extra yardage on the return if his leg's not good enough, or kicking the ball. Safety. So First Coast has had 2 drives, 2 touchdowns, and 2 safeties. Andrew Jackson, 2 drives, no first downs, and 2 safeties. Giving up.
Yeah, it's not going too good for Andrew Jackson.
Not this far into the game. They need to have some sort of change, because now they have another safety penalty kick from their 20, And we saw what First Coast did with the last one with Mr. Kennedy, Tony Kennedy, returning it, and he's once again just standing at the 35, waiting for the ball. He fielded it at the 40 last time, and we will have to see if Andrew Jackson's kicker can go any farther than the 40 to try to push First Coast back a little bit. They seem to have a momentum going here in this game already.
Stanfield to kick, Kennedy deep to receive for the Bucks.
The announcer calling Mr. Kennedy.
And he acknowledged it.
He acknowledged it. He gave a little wave. Yep, that's me, guys.
Yeah,
Happy to be here.
He's having fun. He's having fun. And why not? He's been having a good game.
And having a good game, having some good yardage. 2 touchdowns on his name already tonight. He'll settle in around the 37. I'm sorry, 42, and he'll back up to the 40. It does have a little extra yardage. He fields it at the 32. And he's taking it out. He's at the 45. And just around midfield, we'll say the 49 is where he gets it. And First Coast will start their 3rd drive of the game with midfield position once again. First Coast offense coming out, ready and motivated, trying to score another touchdown. Number 3 in motion. Snap taken, faking the handoff, pitching it to number 7, Mr. Kennedy. Once again, up the middle, left-hand side, and he's got a first down easily. I'd say his average carry is probably about 7 yards. We do have a penalty marker at about the 44, and it is on First Coast with holding.
I'll see there now, that you don't need. You're in the ascendancy. Everything's going your way. Avoid the penalties.
Definitely want to avoid them. That'll back them up from their original line of scrimmage. 4 yards total, so they will have a 2nd and 14, which I think for them is going to be manageable. And without being kind of cocky or just headstrong on this, they kind of have the ability to give up that penalty yard. So it's, 1st and 14. Oh, and penalty. So on a drop snap, they luck with a penalty, and it is going to be a false start penalty. So what could have been some extra lost yards on the drop snap is only going to be 5 on the false start, and they will have a 1st and 19. I still suspect that they are not worried about this, as they have had some really great yardage on some plays from Mr. Tony Kennedy already, and their passing game is fairly strong, as we've seen.
But you know, game principle. You're in the ascendancy. You don't want to give away anything.
You don't want to.
You want to wrap up the game as soon as it's possible.
You don't want to. I don't think the coach is stressed about it. He's probably not happy about it, but I don't think he's stressed about it. I think if they were to give up a drive here, I don't think it's the end of the game for them, obviously.
Not by any chance. Not by a long shot.
Fake the pitch back to Mr. Kennedy, and there's the yardage I was talking about. Open field, and he's being dragged and carrying people. Still going all the way down to the 3-yard line. What was that about a 1st and 19? Let's just have a 40-yard run. Actually, with where they were, nearly a 55-yard run, it looks like. Carrying them down inside of the 10-yard line down to, we'll say, the 2 at this point for a 1st and goal. And that's why I was saying I don't think the coach is worried.
Yep. Well, you know, I guess he knows the player well enough, and the player knows himself.
I mean,
and by now, Andrew Jackson should know that player, know that, hey, that's one you need to target.
So we were saying yards per carry. I was saying about 7. I'm going to say probably 11 at this point average. But yards after contact, he was made contact with defenders at the 20.
And he just dragged them.
Dragged them to the 2. Quarterback looking to scramble. He's got himself up the middle. And does he have enough for the touchdown? No, he's at the 1.
David Hunter, 230 short of the goal line.
And they will have a second and goal from the 1. Huge explosive play from Tony Kennedy to give them great field position here for a second and goal from the 1.
There he goes.
There he is. Another sneak, and a penalty flag comes in. It is a touchdown. After the play, we've got an unsportsmanlike on First Coast. The touchdown will stand, and they will figure out if they are going to enforce it on the kickoff. On the kickoff, they will enforce that. So Andrew Jackson gives up another touchdown.
To who?
To First Coast.
Which player? What number?
I didn't even. With
17 again?
Was it 7 or 17?
17.
It was 17 that time. That's Lamar Stanfield on that one. No, that's Lamar. That's Andrew Jackson's.
Actually, it was 7. Sorry, 7.
Was it 7?
Yep, he was at it again. And this time they're going to try the kick.
I mean, you've got the points at this point. Just give him some confidence.
Left footer.
He's got it up, and
it is good. Yep.
He'll tack on his second attempt of the night. 1 for 2, and First Coast is up 23-0 with 8:14 left to go in your second.
They're having a game.
Absolutely. I think they definitely came to play.
Yep. So they came with the game, they came with the band.
I see some Andrew Jackson players on the field just kind of hanging their head a little lower.
Something you never want to see.
Looks like number 25. I believe that was the one that was in there back. Johnny Miller is in the center. No, that's definitely not. He's kind of a short guy. Johnny Miller, number 25, is listed at 6 foot. That does not look like a 6 foot player to me. And their outside returners are playing a little up. So because of the enforced yardage on the unsportsmanlike, this will push them back to kicking at their 25. So all of the returners playing a little up at around the 20 to 25 yard line. And we will see number 83, Tyler Jones, to the lefty to kick it away. Low kick over midfield, bounces, and it will be fielded at about the 25. He thought he had an open hole, and he is met by 2 players fielding it on the bounce. And that looks like number 25 on that jersey.
Short game.
Maybe 28. Trying to just take a look at that jersey as he walks towards the sideline so I can get an official number. As Andrew Jackson's offense takes the field.
Looks like a 21 to me.
It's 20. Number 20, Frankie Devon. And a run here by number 23. No, number 22, Jeremiah Hampton, a freshman.
So the question here is, I mean, the run game obviously is not working for Andrew Jackson. Should they be trying to find some routes?
I'm not even sure, because their passing game hasn't really worked for me either. The First Coast coverage with just the height advantage that they seem to have, they've got nothing really going there. So you've got no run game really working with the defensive line and the linebackers just reading it, and you've got no passing games really working. This one's going to go to the outside, got a little bit of room, enough for a first down, and it'll be brought down at about the 45. After that's their first down of the night, is it not?
You might be right.
That's the first time I've heard Tiger first down for the night.
Yeah, you might be right.
So a slight change in Andrew Jackson's momentum. they had 2 safeties on the board after 3 and outs, and this time they have a first down. The temperature might be dropping, but let's hope their motivation is not.
Well, this is your home field. You want to play well on your home field.
I mean, we did
give your fans something to cheer for.
We did look at their record before the game, and we weren't trying to use stats much, but they are 2-2 at home and 2-3 away. So you would want to have your home games not have your 50% average. You want to have a better average. So they need the win tonight to have a 3-2 home and a 2-3 away.
And speaking of stats, both teams came in with identical stats in terms of the win-loss.
Yeah, the 4 and 5.
All right. So that would suggest a little bit of evenness between the teams. But what we've seen on the field so far is far from.
The only suggestion that, the only thing that I would think that people would say would be difficulty of schedule. I have not looked at Andrew Jackson's full schedule, and the quarterback's going to take it himself and be brought down from behind. He'll gain a couple, but it'll be a 3rd down, and I'm going to say 8.
Well, speaking of schedule, they did play Bowls, didn't they?
They did. And
tough one, eh?
Yeah, it was definitely a tough one for them. It seems like First Coast is amounting to be about the same type of opponent that Bowls was for them. And not to pour salt on a wound, but Andrew Jackson lost to Bowls 48-0, and they are currently 23-0, just under half of that score, and it's not even halftime. And they're at a 3rd and 8 that they need another first down that they've only had 1 of this game in order to keep this alive.
And interesting, First Coast were annihilated by Oakleaf, who were annihilated by Bowls.
And they have enough on that for a 4th and 2 on that reception. Clock will continue to run as they say Actually, they're not going to spot a 4th and 2. It is a 4th and 4. And I do not see the punting unit coming on. 4th and 3, actually. So
should be able to convert.
They're hoping they convert, but again, I think their mindset at this point, they're at midfield. First Coast has had the ball at midfield 2 times now and had no issues. So even if they push the ball farther, they know that First Coast has scored from their territory. They know that First Coast has scored from midfield. It's going to be a false start in the offense. That'll back them up, and I think we might see the punting unit come on after that. If I was the coach for Andrew Jackson, I'm not sending the punting unit. You have to go for this. You have to get the yardage. You're at a 4th and
he's probably listening to you right now.
So 4th and 3 turns into 4th and 8.
4th and 8, sorry. Yeah, you have to get this first down. Again, they're at midfield. Yes, they're on your side of the field now, but you have to get these first downs. You've had none. You've had 1. Sorry, excuse me. They've got just the 1 now. You have to get these first downs. You have to get some points on the board, and the only way you do that is by taking risks. And at this point, that is a 4th and 8 risk.
And I suggest going on the outside.
They've had some good passing
Don't look for the hole down the middle.
The hole down the middle is not there. First Coast is cramming that with defenders. You've got to have a passing play, especially on a 4th and 8, or apparently a quarterback scramble who runs right into a defender after gaining 4 on the play. And that's going to be a turnover. So they give them a midfield turnover, which is where First Coast has struck from twice and scored both times. So we'll reset the downs to first down. We'll run the clock down to 3:34, as that is where First Coast will take over. And if I'm First Coast at this point, I'm motivated to try to score as quickly as possible to get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Yep.
We've had essentially for Andrew Jackson 3 and outs. Pretty much. They've had the 1 first down. So if you don't count that, you've had every drive that they've had to stop.
Yep.
And their time of possession at this point is maybe a quarter of what you've got with First Coast. If I'm First Coast, I'm doing some hard-hitting drives to score as quickly as possible to force Andrew Jackson to get the ball, get another 3 and out, and score again before the half because I'm ready to get the ball and score. I'm ready for the running clock. That's what, if I'm the coach, that's what I'm doing.
And why not? I mean, things have gone your way so far. They've not been able to stop you.
And they're doing some passing plays. Little screen on the outside, let number 11 is caught. Number 11 is Jalen Pollard, a 5'7" wide receiver senior. They are not in a hurry up, which means they're not necessarily stressing about doing a quick drive, but they are definitely going to be trying to score here.
You said something?
I did, actually.
Oh, you did?
I did. You can't hear over the band.
Can I tell you something? Obviously, the AJ band, they're not watching the game.
No.
They're just having fun.
Right now, what the Andrew Jackson Band is doing, they are watching the First Coast Band. They're having their own competition while the football teams have competition on the field. Handoff to Mr. Tony Kennedy. He's got the left-hand side. First down and more. And there's that reset 11-yard average is what I've changed it to. On that one, he's got maybe 10. And another first down, First Coast. And I mean, I'm looking at it on just our mixer. When I'm talking, my audio levels are at the same level as when I stop talking and the band is just playing.
Man.
There's no difference.
And for the people who, for the Andrew Jackson faithful, they know. For those who aren't, just imagine that in an arena, in a gym rather.
That one is going to be caught on the run.
Incomplete.
They're saying incomplete, but they're moving the down markers. That's why I was a little bit confused. They had already started moving them. They have the down marker where the completion was. Either way, second down and 2 to go. First Coast coming down inside the 2-minute mark, just about. Second down, good field position, trying to score. He will do a dump off to Mr. Tony Kennedy, who's got a good open field in front of him. One defender to beat, and he cruises in for another First Coast touchdown. Tony Kennedy, number 7, 3 times tonight already, and that is number 4.
And you know, with that catch, he had to pick it from almost below the knees.
He basically scooped that at about just below knee, maybe shin level, and takes that from the 27. I'm going to say 28 as I'm trying to talk. This band is just, they don't care what the score is.
Oh, they don't. Well, you know, if we can't beat you on the field, we're going to beat you in the stands.
Absolutely.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
The extra point is up.
It looks good from here.
And it is good.
Yep,
so
it is
tack
good.
On the extra one for a First Coast 30-0 with a minute 54 remaining in the first half. Tony Kennedy has scored 4 times. They've had 2 safeties that they've scored against Andrew Jackson. Andrew Jackson has given up 2 safeties, so 4 points on defense and another 26 on offense.
Yeah, First Coast definitely taking out some anger on Andrew Jackson tonight.
And here's First Coast to pick it off once again to Andrew Jackson. And that's going to be fielded left-hand man this time. Different receiver than we've seen before. And Our camera just cut off. Give us 1 second. We're troubleshooting. That's back on now. There we go. I think a connection came a little loose, but it is back on now. That ball was fielded and taken out to about the 26.
I'm gonna blame the band for that.
The band is wreaking havoc on our ears, man. That's not necessarily a bad problem to have.
It's not.
Until you actually need to be able to hear.
Yeah. It's good for the vibe in the stadium, though.
It is right now, honestly.
They're lighting up Main Street tonight.
Absolutely. If you're driving by, you're definitely hearing both of these bands playing tonight.
Or if you're living by, close by.
Yeah, living close by as well. Andrew Jackson starting their probably last drive of the half. Nearly sacked in the backfield, scrambling, juking out a defender with a little bit of a stiff arm. He'll make it all the way for a first down, taking it himself.
Second first down.
Second first down of the night. A little bit too late to get started with them. You need more of them.
Now Stanfield rushes around the right side, first down.
And they are cruising down the field a little bit. They are at the 38. They have not made it past the 50 yet. And with this play, I jinxed myself, and they are past midfield. Our camera once again, the stadium is alive tonight for sure. Give me 1 second. We're trying to get this working. May have to get some tape during halftime. They made it past midfield. We'll go audio only for now. Made it past midfield for the first time tonight. They are at the 44. There we go. I'll hold these together for now. Looking to pass. Oh, big hit. Right as soon as our cameras go out. We may have to swap some cables during halftime. That was a big hit.
Quinton Wiggum, huge tackle.
I apologize, we could not get you that picture. That was a bigger hit than we were expecting there as we try to get this cable situation fixed. See if we can get it going with this one. Okay, we've got picture now. It'll be a 2nd and 14 after that loss, after that huge hit at QB scramble. He's looking to pass, and number 40 came out of nowhere for First Coast. Josiah Dawkins, and just laid into the Andrew Jackson quarterback. Seems like it might have been just a loose connection on the cable. We'll get that fully swapped. We've got it jerry rigged for now to get you to the halftime show. We'll get that fixed for you and have a good rest of this game. And he's going to be brought down from behind. He gets the pass away. That's number 18 on that one for First Coast. Jamon Hill. Or Jamin Hill, one of the two. Jamon Hill.
With the tackle.
And these timeouts that are being taken, because the clock should be running, but it looks like maybe First Coast is taking timeouts. I haven't seen who's been calling them, but they're still playing. Oh, never mind. That was an incomplete pass. Trying to make sure I'm managing the clock and I'm mixing my plays up. Long pass, left-hand side. Receiver had some space. That was number 1 on the intended receiver.
Pass intended for
Antonio Queen. And it was over his head. He couldn't haul it in. So that will bring up 4th and 14.
Big shout out to our combined
and this will be probably the last play for Andrew Jackson in this half. 32 seconds remaining. 4th and 15 now. And we did get confirmation from the Andrew Jackson commentator. It is a combined cheer team over on this side tonight.
Yep.
He just announced it and said big thank you to First Coast for that. Rush coming, dump off number 1. He's got a little bit of room. He's on the left-hand side. I haven't even started the clock because he's moving some. It's Antonio Queen. He's got a little bit more room, and he'll finally make it out of bounds. That's the longest play they've had tonight.
The best
and the
play, actually.
farthest down the field they've even gotten. They are inside of the First Coast 10, just outside of. They have it at the 11.
Looking to end the half on a high.
And they have a 1st and 10. We have to wait for the, hey, the clock is still running. The chains haven't been set. And a penalty flag goes. They hadn't even had the markers set. They're going to say 1st and goal at the 10. They didn't give any type of stoppage on the clock for the down marker to get set. But they are bringing out an actual 1st down marker. So they are half a yard shy. They are at the 10.5. I'm trying to understand what they're doing with these chains after that penalty marker as well. This is not making sense with what I'm seeing over on that side. The 1st down marker is at the goal line. That would mean it is a 1st and goal. The penalty yardage is going to push them to a 1st and 5 and goal. Or 1st and goal at the 5.
Call it 1st and 6, Tigers.
No, they're saying 1st and 6. They have 1 yard before the goal line. Maybe the markers are down. Scrambling. He'll be stopped at the taking out the 1st down marker holder.
I think there's a flag that came out after the play.
There's a half a second on the clock.
And there's a flag.
We'll have to see what the penalty is, but the play running into the staff holding the 1st down marker. I cannot have the clock sitting at let's try to see if I can get it down to 1 second. There we go. There's half a second. What is the play or the penalty called? That's the question. After the play, unsportsmanlike, First Coast. So that will give a 1st down, and they're going to be at probably the half-yard line at this point with that penalty. So with half a second, Andrew Jackson has a chance to put 1 touchdown on the board in the 1st half to maybe get this to where they're not scoreless. This drive is the exact opposite of what we've seen this entire half thus far.
Indeed.
Still some scrambling, and they are not going to get it. He was diving. Fans not happy, as why would you run a run up the middle when they've stopped it the entire game this far?
An unsuccessful touchdown attempt.
So with that, Andrew Jackson will remain scoreless on what I would question as a final play of the 1st half, trying to run up the middle on a very stout defensive First Coast.
That's puzzling to me.
That it is.
That is.
It is definitely puzzling because
it's not the first time we've seen teams do this this season. It just makes, I don't know. Just don't know what they're thinking.
They've stopped you up the center the entire game. All of your plays happened in the last drive that you had. Why would you change up what you're doing?
Exactly.
Granted, yes, you had some scrambles that gave you some yardage. Why not have the scramble happen again? You have half of a yard that you need.
Yep.
With 1 second, 1 play.
Not only that, you got there by going on the outside.
Yeah, and then you go up the middle and
against a stout defense.
Stop yourself again.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like shooting yourself in the foot.
Very puzzling, and definitely had some fans to my left questioning it as well.
And I'm seeing where the coaching staff they're having a huddle of their own there. Where something is amiss.
something
not looking good.
Yep, something is definitely going to have to get figured out with this Andrew Jackson team if they want a chance at this game at all. Still a half of football left to be played. And First Coast is going to be starting to celebrate over on their side a little bit. 30-0 at the half. Andrew Jackson trailing, trying to come up with anything, as this, I believe, for them is their homecoming night.
So what happens now, Garrett? I mean, like, if they had taken advantage of their position there and got the touchdown, it would have been a way to end the half. But now that you didn't, are you not even more deflated?
I feel like the team definitely is. I mean, I understand it's half, so you're relaxing a little bit. Their team over on the sideline in their end zone, they look defeated. I mean, you're lounging. You're not. You see First Coast, they're all on one knee. They're motivated. They're up. They're listening. And I know the coaches aren't over there, but as captains, you have your team up. You have your team ready to receive instruction from the coach and see what's going on. What are we going to do to fix this for us? And they don't seem to be there. I don't know if maybe they're just trying to relax because they're winded. I don't know if they have, any type of issue there. But either way, it's definitely not something that you want to see going into the last game of the season.
Yeah, you never want to see a deflated team at no point in time. Fight to the last whistle.
Absolutely. So we'll watch what I would assume is the homecoming court come onto the field at the half. And we haven't had an attempt yet this season, but I might go do a concessions run and see what they got going on here.
Well, it's our first time here, so
I feel like it's almost like a given. We must.
Yep.
So we'll get the camera set for the halftime, I guess, show. I don't know if it's going to be a show or homecoming court or what they've got planned for us, but we'll have the camera set and we will be back after the half is up. Before we have a full half show, we'll have one last word from First Baptist Church of Orange Park for the halftime and come back to you here in a little bit. Stay tuned to SSB Jacks Thursday Night Lights coming to you live.
Baptist Church of Orange Park was founded in 1921. Suffice to say, much has changed in Orange Park, Clay County, and the world since then. Though much has changed in the world, our mission remains the same. We are a church intent on fulfilling that mission and are strategically engaged in our community through partnerships with local schools, sports teams, veterans organizations, and more. We are a family equipping church. We invite you to check us out at firstfam.org or join us in person at 1140 Kingsley Avenue, Orange Park, Florida.
Welcome back. Trying to let this band walk away a little bit. See if we can get some of our audio ears back. Start of your third quarter is coming around. We were waiting on the referee staff to fully be ready on the field. And it looks like they might be. Here we go. First Coast kicking off to Andrew Jackson, who nearly had a touchdown at the end of the second half. And they will get the ball to start here. And instead of picking it up and running, they're just going to fall on it. Number 45, Gabe Lozano, the punter. So don't completely blame the punter for just falling on the ball. Normally, when it gets near him, he's usually kicking it away. This time he has to try to either scoop it and run as a punter, or just fall on it to give him a 25-yard, maybe 24-yard field position to start their first drive. They did have some stuff going for them at the end of the second half and kind of ended that momentum on a attempted carry up the middle. We were invited here by Andrew Jackson, so you try not to be too critical, but you also got to watch the game and see what's going on. And this play blown dead after he gets kind of beaten up as soon as he gets the ball. That's number 21, LaQuinn Buckman on the catch and carry into the First Coast defending team, and it'll be a loss of 1. And I mean, we said it earlier, this stadium definitely has audio that carries, and I think this is just proof of it.
It is.
The drums themselves are right around the 40-yard line. The rest of the band is about the 20-yard line, and it is just, you can't even tell. This one is going to be carried for a gain of quite a few. That's actually going to bring them down to like a 35.
If they were able to do that at the end of the first half, they'd have had 6 on the board.
Yeah, I mean, that was up the middle. If they had been able to do that, yeah, they would have 6. Like at this point, you wonder if they're going to try to figure out another option, or if they're just going to try to force this ball through and say, no, we're here to play ball. Like, we don't care about your defensive line. Another handoff. This one up the middle. Wide open field. He's got it all the way. Number 7 is the only one that can catch him, and he cannot. A touchdown. Andrew Jackson opening up the second half with 6 of their own. That's what they needed in the first half. They almost had it, couldn't get it. The first up-the-middle play that has worked for them tonight. Number 22, Jeremiah Hampton on the carry all the way down. And the only one that could have caught him was
number 7, and he couldn't.
Tony Kennedy, who has some good feet of his own that we've seen, and he just did not have anything in him to actually get him.
Well, so, I guess Andrew Jackson is saying to us, hey, the hole was there. We just need to find it.
Exactly. They
did
have
twice.
The potential. We knew they have the potential. They've had some wins. It was just like, hey, what is your offense going to do to get points on the board? And they're showing us, well, we're just going to do what we really didn't do a lot of very well in the first half, and that's run up the middle.
So I guess whatever talk the coaches had with them at halftime must have worked.
It either worked or First Coast got complacent and gave up the middle, which they seem to have done again. Number 7 this time trying to stop him. Could not hold on again, Tony Kennedy. And that's going to be a 2-point conversion for Andrew Jackson.
Well, defense is now over to you.
Unless they are counting that as a point. They've only tacked on 1 on the board. I don't recall high school having 2-point conversions be in lieu of a field goal attempt. There's the extra point. There's the 8. The scoreboard had to catch up. We had it correct. I took it off just to match theirs, and then they put it back on. And the Andrew Jackson band just seems to be having a lot of fun tonight. Doing a little parade of their own down on the track.
Yeah, they're definitely having fun.
They don't even care about what's happening on the field at this point. They're just going to have their own little runway show. They've got their entourage recording them and everything. There's the entourage. There's the second half of the runway show.
All right, back to football.
And here's the kickoff. Andrew Jackson, little high squib, and looks like they may have been attempting some sort of an onside there.
Flag on the play.
It's a flag for the ball going out of bounds, so First Coast will take over. It looks like the kicker honestly was trying to have the ball go 10 yards and just have his teammate just kind of catch it and run. I do believe that the ball has to land 10 yards. I don't think you can catch it. Well, I don't know. I have seen people catch it in the air as it's gone 10 yards, as long as it makes 10 yards. Yeah.
Yep. That
might have been what the attempt was there, just to have it airborne 10 yards and have him catch it on the run. There was no defender that would have matched him. And First Coast will take over. 10:15 to go. Fake the handoff, hand it to Tony Kennedy. Now on the left-hand side, scrambling back to the right, cutting back up the middle, cutting back to the left, finally getting some open field. Penalty flag goes, and he is brought down. Finally, we'll see what this penalty flag is. that stops the play. Whole lot of backyard footballs look like that was. There's just a bunch of scramble back and forth until you find a hole, and this one might be coming back. Yeah, it's going to be a block in the back on First Coast, so that will be coming back. And they're going to go from the first down marker and tack on the penalty yards there because they did have the first down, and it'll put them right back where they started, maybe a loss of 1. And it'll be a first, and with how they have the down marker, I'm going to say first and 11. I don't know if it's supposed to be at the same spot, but first and 11. And the bobble snap, no Andrew Jackson there. He gets it off. They're going to call him down. Good call by the referee to call that ball dead down where it was. And Tony Kennedy not happy about that one. And that will be a decent loss of yards for, we'll say, a 2nd and 16 now, as I'm cupping my mic so we can actually hear me over the band. They definitely know how to play loud.
That's their game.
First Coach taking the snap, looking to pass. Andrew Jackson's defense nearly getting to him. He's nearly sacked, and he will be finally ate up for a loss. And Andrew Jackson sacked. This is a defense we haven't seen in the first half. We haven't seen them go and just maul down the quarterback like this for loss after loss of yardage, and this will bring up a 3rd and...
Could this be a second half team?
I mean, at this point, you kind of hope so, because if that's the case, we've got a lot of good football to be played here. I'll try to match up the clocks as best as I can. It's going to be a 3rd down, and I'm going to say 17. It's not quite a full 10. It's about 3 yards short of 10 yards back, so not a 3rd and 20, about a 3rd and 17. Looking to pass again. Man on the right-hand side, open, catches. Oh, drops it. Drops it. He nearly caught it on the jump. That was Jalen Pollard, the intended receiver, just a little bit high. As we now have a little bit of some breathing room on this.
And all of a sudden, you're sounding loud.
Yeah, now I sound loud.
Love it.
And that'll bring up, I think, the first full 4th down that we've seen First Coast have to have with a punt today. They've not punted tonight.
I do want to give a quick shout out to our combined cheerleading teams, Jackson and our First Coast cheerleaders. Big shout out.
First Coast punter takes the snap, gets it away, and it'll take a Andrew Jackson bounce and be downed at the 36. We'll run the clock down, reset the down. 7:46 remaining in the 3rd. Andrew Jackson's got a lot of football to play if they want to get back into this one, but stops like that will get them there. Now they just need to capitalize with another touchdown and another 2-point, and they will be 14 away, so 2 touchdowns. First Coast is going to have some type of coaching meeting with their offense and say, hey, get your crap together. We can't have that again if they want to stay in this game, especially with how easily Andrew Jackson went down the field last time. It was literally a completely different team. It's going to be a fake the handoff. Jukes out the defender that was on him. He's running left-hand side. He's got a little bit of room. He's down to the 45. And there's the penalty flag. And we've got a little bit of unsportsmanlike from number 23 on First Coast, shoving after he was out of bounds. Davion Daniels. Andrew Jackson rightfully upset about it. Keep it on the field. And they'll get some free yardage with that really good run. Putting the clock the wrong way. 7:34. So with that penalty yardage tacked on from the 40, they will now get all the way down to the, should be the 25, because it's a 15-yard penalty. And they will spot it at the left hash on the 25. So they took the ball over 15 seconds ago, and they are all the way at the 25 already.
Not sure what happened at halftime with them, but I'm liking it.
I am too.
Tigers first and 10 on the Bucks 25.
And they're going to run it again, and he trips over his own man. He looked like he had a good hole, but he tripped on his own man.
You know, he took off there.
He did. Just a little bit of a foot caught with another foot, and that stops his run, but he does get 5 on the carry. 2nd and 5. They still don't even have the down markers set on the opposite side. I'm used to football where you don't start until those are set, because you got to know where they're at, because now it doesn't even look like they're correct. They only gave him 3 yards on the carry. So 2nd and 7. Another handoff up the middle. He gets another couple, probably another 3. And that'll bring up a 3rd and we'll say 4.
And I tell you what, if he finds that hole, it's over.
3rd down, 3 yards.
He's a quick fella, and once he gets through, there's no catching him.
Oh, he is, absolutely. And I apologize if I butcher this name. The one that's been carrying is number 12, Takari Hill. Or Takari Hill, as I'm going to call him.
You're just going to give him a name.
Well, it's C-A-R-I-E, so Carey is what I would say. Still juking defenders, and number 7 holding on for dear life. Tony Kennedy trying to stop this play from getting a 1st down.
And he had to fight for that, man.
He really did. I didn't even catch the number of the carrier because they're on the far side of the field, and I still don't have my binoculars, but he was...
You still don't?
I still don't. He was fighting for every yard, and it looks like they got the 1st down. And that will be a official timeout at 5:46 remaining for an official FHSAA water break. Andrew Jackson proving to be an entirely different team this half.
You wonder where was this team in the first half?
We do. We'll have to talk about it a little more after we hear from First Baptist Church of Orange Park. We'll be back right after this on SSB Thursday Night Lights. We'll be right back.
Baptist Church of Orange Park was founded in 1921. Suffice to say, much has changed in Orange Park, Clay County, and the world since then. Though much has changed in the world, our mission remains the same. We are a church intent on fulfilling that mission and are strategically engaged in our community through partnerships with local schools, sports teams, veterans organizations, and more. We are a family equipping church. We invite you to check us out at firstfam.org or join us in person at 1140 Kingsley Avenue, Orange Park, Florida.
We are back and the bands are playing once again. So I'll have to turn us back up. Andrew Jackson looking for the screen pass. The ball might have been backwards, and it looks like First Coast is going to try to scoop it up, and the ball's moving. First Coast has it. No whistle has been blown, so that was a backwards pass. Number 18 has the ball, and fans wanting him to be stopped and wanting the backwards pass to be called dead, and it was not. They're going to say First Coast ball after a backwards pass. Jamin Hill ends up with it and runs it all the way down to the 13-yard line. First Coast ball after an entirely different swing and momentum.
So the Bucks will call a lateral.
Andrew Jackson looking for a screen and ends up bringing it back, being a backwards pass, and that leads to a fumble. And that is not what they wanted
deep into Tiger territory
to kill their momentum.
And they had good momentum also.
They did. They had
started the half
position,
very well.
Good field position, and you get an entirely different situation here.
Total reversal.
The 1st and 10 turns into a fumbled 1st and 10 for First Coast to be inside the red zone and just outside of the 1st and goal.
And so far as the game has gone, they haven't missed anything. Once they get into the red zone, it's over.
Yeah, once they've made it to the red zone. Yep.
They can put 6 on the board.
If they put 6 on the board, it will be 36-8, 32-point difference. Sorry, not 32, 28-point difference. If my mental math is correct. It may not be. I've been up since 4 o'clock this morning.
And way too close to a running clock.
Right, that's essentially the point I'm trying to make. And open hole, and Tony Kennedy takes it in once again for 6. Touchdown, First Coast, 36-8. 5 minutes and 5 seconds remaining in your third quarter. We'll see if they try to 2-point here to make it 38-8. And that would be a 30-point deficit. So my secondary math was correct. 28-point difference right now.
And just like that, from a very good position, with 6 points looming for Andrew Jackson, they've now conceded 6.
I will say they've at least done better than they did against Bowles. They've scored a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. They had the momentum going to get a second one, and they just could not keep it.
Is that consolation? Are you consoling them?
I'm trying to figure out what they actually intend on doing. They need these points to stay in the game. They're going to go for a field goal, and it's blocked. At least that's what I saw. Yeah, no good. Maybe it didn't get blocked. I can't tell. But it didn't make it regardless. So the score will stay 36-8. 5:05 remaining in the third. I hope Andrew Jackson has an answer for that last drive, because they definitely need something. You can see the coach is definitely talking to him like, hey, we need this game to keep going our way. Keep your head in the game. I'm not quite sure. I'm not a John Boy lip reader, but definitely some talking going, trying to motivate your players. That's what you need to happen. You can't have them have momentum go, have it switch, and then not try to keep them motivated in the game.
Well, the player was frustrated coming off, so the coach was just trying to bring him back, so to speak.
Yeah.
Like you said, keep your head in the game.
Yeah.
It's not over till it's over.
Not till the final whistle blows. And
at this point, it's far from being over.
Far from over. Another 17 minutes worth of gameplay to go. Ball's going to be bounced and fielded at about the 15. Looking to move left-hand side. He's got a defender in front of him trying to cut back, and he will be finally brought down at around the 30.
That was a hit.
It was a hit. Delivered to just drive him down to the ground, make sure he didn't get back up. And they'll spot it at the 30. 4:54 remaining. First down, Andrew Jackson. They had good momentum the last drive. Let's see if they can keep it going. And these bands are
they're killing it.
They're killing it tonight. There's no other words. Loud is definitely a word, but I feel like that's almost an insult. Low snap gets it off to number 1, and he's eaten up almost immediately. And it looks like he might have made it back to the line of scrimmage.
For no gain.
But you know what's funny, though? Is to see in this combined cheerleading squad here, to see the First Coast cheerleaders saying, let's go, Jackson, let's go.
The other thing I find, I'm kind of looked over occasionally throughout the game, you'll have the Andrew Jackson cheerleaders doing their routine, and the First Coast cheerleaders kind of almost doing like a harmony routine with them of their own, but then mixing the moves so they sync up. It's kind of interesting to see two opposing schools, teams of cheer kind of come together. It's going to be a handoff. The jersey was grabbed, could not get stopped. And forward progress will give them a few yards before the play is blown dead. It will be a third
definitely
down.
was going too far that time.
I will say that we have seen a lot of Andrew Jackson not stopping once they've made the initial contact. Their yards after contact has worked well for them as the initial down marker for the 10 yards moved with the down marker itself. It's a little funny to watch the referee on that side. I said umpire almost. Referee on that side try to keep those chain gang in line of where they need to be.
Yeah, you've been having fun with that.
I have been. It's been messing me up too. Looking to pass. Calling his receiver back to him. Scrambling. He got a blocker in front of him and a big hit by number 9 from First Coast. That is Zach Sandel on the hit to stop the play. And I do believe it was barely short of a first down, so a 4th and 1. And this is, again, that situation we talked about where they're calling a first down. They're going to give them a first down. It looks short, but it was 30-40. So, yeah, they're at the 40. That should be a first down. So we'll call Andrew Jackson first down. They've had more first downs in the second half than they had in the first half.
Well, I think you shouldn't say second half. Say third quarter.
Yeah, third quarter realistically. More first downs in the third quarter than they had in the entire first half.
First half, yep.
Another handoff, and that one's going to be eaten up by number 9. Blown dead, and where they spot forward progress is going to be the question. It looks like they're going to give him back to the original line of scrimmage, maybe a loss of...
Probably a loss of yards.
They're spotting it back at the 40. No loss of yards. Loss of time, essentially. Second down and 10. Counting down towards the 2-minute, 15-second mark in the third quarter. Andrew Jackson likes their tubas.
Oh, yeah.
Their tubas, I would say, almost carry their down. A screen pass, that one was forward, but it was incomplete.
A little bit too forward.
And that'll bring up a 3rd and 10. The momentum looks like it's died out a little bit on this drive.
First Coast answers with a full band.
Absolutely.
You gotta love high school football, man.
Just the contention between the teams, the tension on the field, the band's just trying to keep the attitude and the mood. Looking to pass again, scrambling right-hand side. Number 9 is on the prowl. He will bring him down. Incomplete. The tackle on the quarterback was a little late, but not enough for a roughing the passer. So it will remain a 4th and 10, and that will bring on the Andrew Jackson punting unit. I think a punt here is smart. With a 4th and 10 at the position you're in, you don't want to give another touchdown up to First Coast in your side of the field. Maybe if you were closer to midfield, I could consider it, but a 4th and 10 this far back, absolutely punting it away. Ball gets away. It's fielded at about the 42. Number 2, open field, kind of going left-hand side. Still going. He's at the 20. Still going, and finally brought down right around maybe the 5. That's Marley Moe, number 2. Or is that number 8? I thought it was number 2 on it, but I see number 8 doing some chest bumps. That's Miguel Jimenez, a safety. So either way, one of the two. I thought number 2 caught it, but not a return that Andrew Jackson wanted to see irregardless.
Well, you know, I mean, they started the quarter so good. But that's all gone now.
I thought we saw maybe a change in momentum, especially with the stop on First Coast, but not seeing any of that since. Bring that team back.
Indeed.
And a passing play right-hand side. First passing touchdown of the night, but he couldn't hold on to it. That was intended for number 3, Kendrick Hurd. And he had the balls in his hands but couldn't keep it in. That would have been the first passing touchdown of the night, and also the first touchdown that wouldn't have been Tony Kennedy for First Coast.
True. That would have been some change. Because he's been peppering this Andrew Jackson defense all night.
Well, we hadn't seen a whole lot of the red zone passing game from First Coast. It's been pretty much run game all game because it's worked. The one person I don't see on the field, though, is Tony Kennedy. Number 1 scrambling. He's got some yardage. That's David Hunter, a sophomore. Oh, that's why we don't see Tony Kennedy. This is their second string. Which I guess having this kind of a lead in the game, you have the cushion to put your second string out there.
Mm-hmm. And with less than a minute to go in this third quarter,
and
you're really breathing easy.
3rd and 4. What I imagine them doing, if it was me and I'm being a greedy coach, your second string attempts the 3rd and 4, gets what yardage they can. If it's a 4th down, you send your first string on there to get the first down and potentially the touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even bother with a field goal. You got such a lead. If it's me, I'm doing anything I can to put points on the board and put this farther away into a running clock. It looks like they're going to attempt another passing play and nothing going. He'll scramble and be ate up at about the 3-yard line. Very close to a first down.
It's going to be 4th and short.
And 4th and short is what they're calling it. This clock will expire. And that'll be the end of the third quarter. First Coast knocking on Andrew Jackson's door again from, I'm going to say, the 2-yard line. And we'll get a field flip and their 4th down attempt at a first down if they can. We'll be back right after this message from First Baptist Church of Orange Park.
First Baptist Church of Orange Park was founded. In 1921. Suffice to say, much has changed in Orange Park, Clay County, and the world since then. Though much has changed in the world, our mission remains the same. We are a church intent on fulfilling that mission and are strategically engaged in our community through partnerships with local schools, sports teams, veterans organizations, and more. We are a family equipping church. We invite you to check us out at firstfam.org or join us in person at 1140 Kingsley Avenue, Orange Park, Florida.
We're back. First Coast knocking on the door of Andrew Jackson, trying to put 6 more on the board, which would put them at 34, and the extra point would put them at 35. Number 1 scrambling, and he's got it. Touchdown, First Coast. Scramble by David Hunter. On a 4th down to put 6 more on the board, David Hunter scrambles all the way in and makes it a 42-8 game. A 34-point difference. An extra point or a 2-point either way puts a running clock on, and I imagine they're going to go for 2. We see Tony Kennedy on the field.
Yep, I think 2 it is. Definitely 2.
And it was a 2-point conversion attempt, and it was incomplete pass intended for, I believe, number 2, Marley Moe. So with that, we will not have a running clock in the fourth quarter, as there's 34-point deficit, 42-8. So close, but so far, First Coast.
And I'm sure if they heard that comment from you, they'd say, yep, so far in the scoring. Comfortable lead. Just see this one out.
Yep, I think they would
close out your season on a high.
Yep, so far ahead, so close to putting the game away.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely no pressure.
And again, we thank you to Andrew Jackson for inviting us here. We try not to be too critical, but again, as a commentator and analyst, you've got to
call what you see.
Yeah, you've got to call what you see.
Yep.
You see the potential. It's definitely there. They've shown it in the very beginning of the third quarter. They had an immaculate drive to go down the field and scored the 2-point conversion and got close again, and just I don't even think it was a bad play call. I think it was just the bad backwards pass that
poor execution.
I think, honestly, the intended receiver didn't even think that it was backwards, so he didn't even go for it. He just stopped. First Coast saw that it was backwards, didn't hear the whistle blow, saw a loose ball, went for it. And that's the difference in what happened. This one's going to be fielded by the right-hand returner, and he slips on himself down at the 20. That looks like number 5.
You know what, Garrett? That's when things are just not going your way.
No, I believe that's Dorian McNair. That's number 5. And he's clearly upset with himself.
Yep. Just not going your way.
That was probably their best catch from a kick return tonight. And he had the speed going for him. He's definitely upset on the sidelines. Just catching a bad piece of turf and slipping over his own feet. 11:47 remaining. Bands, once again, not caring about the score. They're just having the time of their life. I will say I do like that, because if you, in Clay, the games we covered, when you get towards the end of the third and the fourth quarter, those bands kind of just fall off.
Yeah, they fade.
They fade, they have a break. These bands have been going at it all night.
Yeah, they don't care.
Going to fake the handoff, take it to the left-hand side, try to dodge a tackle and to get nowhere. And that is number 17, I believe, on the carry.
You know, Garrett, as we, in this fourth quarter, it's a good time to, with this being our last football game of the season, it's about a good time to prep for what's to come. And, we're here at Andrew Jackson. We'll be back here shortly, but we're going to be inside the gym for basketball.
Yep.
And
our basketball season's getting ready to kick off, and we are excited for it.
And we'll be inside here with this band.
That's probably the only thing I'm not excited for. I'm going to have to wear earplugs, man.
Yeah, they're loud.
Earplugs with the headphones, and I'll still probably not be able to hear, because it'll be just band the whole way. They love their band, and I absolutely feel that for them.
High snap.
Yeah, taking left-hand side, scrambling, and looking to try to dump it off, and
threw it away.
Just throwing it over his receiver, stopping the clock. Looks like 10:50, 10:43. They try to reset the entire clock.
Well, Andrew Jackson's a much smaller band than First Coast.
They are, but I would say they're putting up almost they're louder. Almost.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
Yeah. I feel like they're almost, it's because we're on this side and we're hearing them, but I feel like they're almost louder than First Coast.
They're matching them note for note, beat
I would
for beat.
I would say First Coast is probably double the size of Andrew Jackson's
Probably.
band.
Certainly more drums.
Definitely more drums. They have an actual drum line. Andrew Jackson has and that pass was nowhere near the mark. And the clock is trying to shut the game down too. That thing is having a spaz attack of its own. It doesn't know what it wants to do. The down count is a Y. The to go is a 21, and that's nowhere close to, yeah, I don't even know what's going on with their clock. Apparently the score is trying to figure out where it wants to go. The Tigers now have 71, the guests have 0. This is comical over here. All right, 4th down, punting unit on the field.
Punting from deep inside your own half.
Yeah.
Never good.
Nearly blocked. Number 11 had a high jump on it and couldn't get there. And it's touched by number 7. He's going to go backwards and even farther backwards and be met by Andrew Jackson. They'll give him forward progress at the 42. Good on him to recover the ball. That was touched by him, and he had Andrew Jackson right there and waiting. Had he not recovered that, that would have been a great Andrew Jackson ball recovery. Tony Kennedy securing that for first coast. And we'll see the second string come back on the field. And at this point, I'm just going to have to play the clock as I can because it's pretty much shut the scoreboard down.
It's done. It's done.
There is a 2 in the clock, an 8 on the down and the quarter.
Yeah, it's game over for the clock.
Yeah, the clock is done.
For the board.
I'll start it at 10:39 because that's the last time that I saw on the clock. And we'll start it on the snap and try to go from there. Reset the downs, 1st and 10 from the 42. Second string for First Coast. Looking to pass, right-hand side, screen, got it. Number 4, right-hand side of the field, and he's brought down, but not before gaining 10 yards, maybe 11. We'll pause the clock for the yardage, but that was number 4 on the reception. Jakari Matthews.
And the band going old school, doing the butt. All night long.
We'll start the clock just because the chains are basically set. Try to keep as close to an official time as possible. The clock is not running on the scoreboard because it's not working.
It's scrambling.
It's at this point trying to put out some type of encrypted code to the defense and say, this is what you do to stop them. And run up the middle. It'll be a 2nd down. And
they read it.
I don't think they read it well enough, though. It's still a 5-yard gain.
They got something out of it. Well, it keeps changing so fast that they're probably confused at this point.
They're trying to figure out what the play call even is.
Folks, don't listen to us. We're just having fun.
No, we're just jabbing. We'll say second 6 was a 4-yard carry. We'll get a shot of the clock at some point in an interim moment just to show you what we're talking about. But, of course, as soon as we try to get a shot of it, it's not going to do it, and it's going to make us liars.
Oh, it's settled. Yes, it is.
That's why I said
settled.
That's why I said it. It's like, we'll find a point. And then it decided it's going to work again. Pass left-hand side. Number 19 caught, and he stumbles over himself.
He's mad.
That's Aiden Harrell on the catch. It will be a 3rd down, 3rd and 4. So a 2-yard gain on the play. Good catch by Aiden, and just, I don't know if it's the field. Oh, there it goes. The clock's doing it again. I don't know if it's the field conditions or if it's just trying to move before you're ready. The stumbling that's happened tonight has happened a few times, and it stopped plays before they're made. We'll say 3rd and 3 for First Coast, pushing into Andrew Jackson territory. David Hunter ready to take the snap. He's got it, looking to pass. Andrew Jackson there is caught by number 10 on a leaping catch. He's on the left-hand side of the field and not brought down before he reaches the 15. Number 10 is Aiden Coates, a running back. who was just right at the line of scrimmage and pretty much jumped to grab it.
With the reception.
And skip the tackle.
Yep.
And look good doing it.
And he'll come off the field.
You know, Garrett, if you want to see testament that the Andrew Jackson fan base love their teams and love their sports, look in the stands, even at this late with the score as it is.
You still got, it's not as full as it was, but it is still a very full stand.
It's a decent crowd.
And there's still a crowd in between the stands and the concession stand. So there's still quite a few people here. Fake the handoff to number 1, give it to number 13, right-hand side. That's Braden Hart on the carry, and he'll gain quite a bit. I don't know if it's enough for the first, but he's, I believe, probably 7 or 8 on the play. And that'll bring up second down. Yeah, we'll say 2nd and 8, or 2nd and 2, sorry. Gain of 8 is what we'll say.
Well, the board might be working some, not the time.
No. I think we're the closest thing to the official time right now, managing as best as we can. Right around.
There it goes again.
minutes.
There it goes again. There it goes again.
Yeah, there's the clock. Like I said, we're going to try to turn the camera at some point, and it'll make liars out of us. David Hunter taking the snap once again, handing it off. This time it's number, I believe, 17, and I think he's down at the 1. And that'll be enough for a 1st and goal.
1st and goal.
From the 1. First Coast knocking again. And this would be a running clock. Not that it would matter much at 6.5 minutes remaining. It just makes my job on the clock a little easier.
On a chilly Jacksonville night. Cold Jacksonville night, I'm sorry.
I'm actually pretty warm right now, surprising. Maybe the food did me some good.
Well, after this snap, I'll say
a quick pitch forward to number 4, and he is eaten up by Andrew Jackson. They read that beautifully.
Totally.
That was pitched forward to Jakari Matthews, and Andrew Jackson saw that one coming with him on the motion.
So it might be a loss of yards.
And it'll be a loss. Bring them back. 2nd and goal from about the 4.
2nd and goal from.
Well, you know, speaking of a chilly night, somebody went to the concession stands, somebody who's been complaining about being cold, and they brought back cold drinks.
I mean, I haven't touched the cold drink, but I'm also going to have something to keep me awake on the drive home.
Make it make sense.
They don't have hot drinks. They didn't have hot cocoa or coffee or anything. What is up with these teams going into winter and not having any type of hot drink for us? The handoff. And he's got enough of a hole. Touchdown.
He found a hole, yep.
First Coast. That is trying to get the number. He's jumping around and he's covered up. 13, I believe, is who it was on the carry. Braden Hart once again.
So even the secondary is having fun out there.
Yeah. It was David Hunter, I believe, handing it off to Braden Hart, getting the ball off in time. And that'll be a touchdown. And at this point, I think the clock just continues to roll.
Oh, is it?
Which
one?
I mean,
which one?
Ours, I believe.
Oh, okay.
I believe ours is just going to continue to roll. It's 54-8.
Because that one is doing nothing.
No, that one hasn't been touched. 54-8, and they're bringing on to go for 2 to make it 56. Just rub it in a little farther, why don't you? David Hunter ready to take the snap. He's got it. He's scrambling right-hand side, almost sacked. Tries to get it off, and it is a short pass and incomplete. No conversion. Clock will still roll, though.
And speaking of the clock,
let's see if it does it. Let's see if it makes a liar out of us.
Well, it's still saying 10:39.
That's kind of proof it has not run this entire time.
And the score is not 48-8.
It is 54-8.
There you go. We're in the 4th quarter. At least they got that right.
I don't know. Yeah, mine says 4th quarter. Clock is running 4-minute mark and counting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not doing the scrambling that it was. Maybe they did some sort of reset, but I think they gave up on it.
Yeah, they did. Well, hopefully the Tigers have not given up on this game. I mean, at this point, they know they're not going to win, but at least, you know,
try to put some more points on the board.
Make it a fight to the end.
See if you can get something right and build upon it for maybe next year.
Yep.
You've got the footage regardless, whether it's from us or your drone that you've got. You've got the footage. Give yourself something to look at. Maybe draw some plays up, see where you did right. And again, the band's not caring that the clock is counting down inside the 3-minute mark. Still playing back and forth.
Oh, they're just having fun, man.
The ball is away. Little short kick. Bounces at the 25. Fielded. Got a little bit of room. Defender's trying to scramble and get him, and he gets all the way up to the 35. Neither Andrew Jackson player knew who was going to go for it, and it finally was grabbed by one of them. And I believe the band is saying go home. It's hard to tell with the headphones, but
they're saying something.
That's one of those.
And first coach is just, okay, all right, whatever.
Yeah. That's one of those let's go Brandon moments.
You know, let's get him a shot. There they are.
Got their pink. There they go with their momentum. Andrew Jackson on the field, 2 minutes and counting.
Back to football.
Taking the snap, handing it off, trying to go up the middle, getting a couple yards. Maybe someone will correct me on what they're saying. I can't tell. Number 23 from First Coast is definitely feeling it, though. He's got the momentum. He's jiving out there. At least he was.
He's getting ready for next season.
He is. Winding down, minute and a half remaining. Tony Kennedy coming left-hand side of the field. Sorry, right-hand side for Andrew Jackson, left-hand side for him. And that looked like a huge face mask.
Yep.
That had jerked. If it wasn't a face mask, it was a clothesline. They did spot the ball down, rightfully so, but man, his head went
snapping
farther backwards than their entire drive this year. And the coach is sitting here wondering where the penalty is. 40 seconds and counting, and I think he's trying to ask if they're just ending the game. It is third down and 4. I don't know if he's asking if they're ending the game or what they're doing, because it's getting out of hand at this point. Both teams are getting ready to fight. Andrew Jackson's frustrated, rightfully so, and that's exactly what they're doing. There's technically, on my clock, 15 seconds remaining, and they're going to call the game. Both teams just getting to the point where there's frustration building, and good thing to see there down at the bottom of the screen, number 20 and number 5 having a good conversation, sportsmanlike conduct, and getting having good stuff at the very end. Coach not having much of it, looks like, but either way, a good ending for First Coast, 54-8 over Andrew Jackson at the final. The running clock just kind of putting it away. And the band, again, not caring. Both teams trying to take off the field, and a couple of the First Coast players coming over for some love. Still some good sportsmanship going on the field. The coach is still trying to usher their teams away, but I think I'd be okay with some sportsmanship here as long as it stays that way. No trash talk. Good sportsmanship all around. Like to see it. First Coast coming away with the victory, putting themselves at 5-5 for an even 50%. Andrew Jackson coming away with the loss, putting themselves negative at home and negative overall. And not the way they wanted to end the season. We'll see if they have any type of positive remarks for next season. What are your final thoughts here, Courtney?
The bands.
The bands who are still playing, remind you, who are still playing.
Yeah, but on a serious note, I'm just happy that we made it out to Duval for football this season.
Yep.
We haven't had much games in Duval over the past 2 seasons that we've been in existence. And something we never make mention of is that we actually made our first year anniversary.
We did.
In September. And, real proud about that. Proud that we made it to Andrew Jackson again. Thanks and kudos to John Sanchez, the AD, for having us out here. Just absolutely love the Andrew Jackson fan base. Just love the way the school, they take their sports. It's a family. And, like you see with the band, they just never stop playing. It's the same thing they do for basketball. Yeah. And we are looking forward to basketball. Just today we were at media day with the basketball team, and we got some insights. So look out for that coming soon to the channel, SSB. Just want to say thanks to everybody who have supported us throughout the season. Please continue to subscribe, like, and share. We've got a whole lot more lots more to go. And our friend Scott is on the mend. He was out today. Good to see you, Scott. And we're looking forward to what basketball brings. And I have to say, Garrett, well done, brother. Yeah. Your debut season on the mic.
Yeah, first season commentating. Obviously some stuff to learn. You never stop learning, but definitely something that I'm not used to. Just not used to doing with SSB.
Yeah, but so, you did a good job, and just want to congratulate you. That's what SSB is about, though. That's what we're about. We are professionals, but we are not afraid to blood people and get things going and put people into positions that they're not used to. Yeah. In a good way, that is.
Definitely willing to help people learn, help people take different roles in what they want to do. Last season I was a cameraman. The first season with FSB I was a cameraman. Last season was cameraman and a little bit of producing here and there to help out. Basketball season was kind of the same way, and then we come into this football season, and it's first 2 games was camera, and then we just pretty much swapped it.
Switched it. Yep.
And we seem to work with us and go with the flow, and
we do what we have to make the show go on.
Absolutely, the show must go on, because otherwise nobody's doing this for these kids. They deserve to see themselves. They deserve to have somebody saying, hey, we want to watch you play. We want to be able to have your families watch you play, and that's what we're here for. And we love to thank all of you for supporting us here tonight on what may be our last football game of the season. I don't know if we have one planned for next week yet. Maybe the Fleming makeup game.
Well, pretty much next week you're looking at postseason, pretty much. Except for Fleming that has a makeup game against Beachside.
Makeup game against Beachside, which
is an away game.
It is. We've talked about it, but nothing confirmed. But either way, potentially the last football game of the season, unless we confirm something otherwise. Obviously.
Well, your call. You want to go for it?
I don't know. We'll have to see. Where's Beachside even at?
I know. St. John's
Beachside.
Yeah.
If there's not waves, I don't want to. Well, I don't know. If it's this cold, I don't want to be on the beach. I'm gonna have to remember a jacket. That's for sure.
Well, look at that. The clock is reset. The board is reset. Can you imagine?
Well, apparently nobody scored anything the whole night.
The game hasn't even started.
Not even. These bands don't think it's even started. They are still going.
They're still going.
The first coach is going. I think both bands are playing right now.
Yep.
Just battling it out. But thank you for everyone for supporting us this season. Thank you for having us. Thank you for telling a friend to tell a friend to watch SSB on YouTube. And as we prep to go into obviously the final moments of football season and the beginning moments of basketball season, stay tuned to our social medias where we'll be putting out some info. Obviously, we've stated a little bit before, we've got exciting things to come, even outside of basketball season coming up. And we are super excited to have.
All right, so we
all
have
this stuff coming up.
We have one of the Andrew Jackson basketball players. He was on the team last year, and this year he's going to be. Let's swing around. And there he is, Corenzas Denard.
How are you doing, Corenzas? How's the band atmosphere here tonight? What is that like for you as just a player and a student here? What is the band like for you guys? Yeah, both bands. I mean, but yeah, y'all's band even.
They're very positive, even when it's tough loss.
We've talked about it a lot all night just because of the atmosphere, but I know in the, here, we'll take this so you can hear yourself. Here. Yeah, just straight on. So we've talked about it a little bit, I mean, Courtney and I throughout the game, but just the atmosphere that they provide, even for you guys in the gym, how does that help you guys as players?
It helps us a lot. Just say we're down or something, they're playing music, we can, it brings us energy, keeps us involved in the game,
Yeah,
helps us a lot.
They definitely have an atmosphere about them that is electric, and I know you guys as players are really excited for your upcoming season. What is something that you're hoping to see that you did very similar to last year? And you guys had a very great run last year. Are you guys hoping to build on that and maybe even go farther this year?
Our defense, I hope our defense is the same as last year. That helped us a lot to get to where we went.
Do you guys feel like you have a lot of the same breakaway plays, like the chemistry and the momentum and the synergy that you guys had last year?
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay. So I guess a question would be is how many times do you want to see your highlights on SSB?
Every time we can get a chance.
Every time, absolutely. Well, we appreciate you appreciate you stopping by.
Yes, sir.
Is there anything you'd like to say, I guess, for the upcoming season, for Andrew Jackson or even maybe some opponents, some trash talk maybe?
Just look out for us.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Well, thank you for coming. Thank you for being here. For Courtney Wallace, I'm Garrett Benford, and we'll see you guys coming up in the basketball season on SSB. Good night. Have a good one.
Baptist Church of Orange Park was founded in 1921. Suffice to say, much has changed in Orange Park, Clay County, and the world since then. Though much has changed in the world, our mission remains the same. We are a church intent on fulfilling that mission and are strategically engaged in our community through partnerships with local schools, sports teams, veterans organizations, and more. We are a family equipping church. We invite you to check us out at firstfam.org or join us in person at 1140 Kingsley Avenue, Orange Park, Florida. First Baptist Church of Orange Park was founded in 1921. Suffice to say, much has changed in Orange Park, Clay County, and the world since then. Though much has changed in the world, our mission remains the same. We are a church intent on fulfilling that mission and are strategically engaged in our community through partnerships with local schools, sports teams, veterans organizations, and more. We are a family equipping church. We invite you to check us out at firstfam.org or join us in person at 1140 Kingsley Avenue, Orange Park, Florida.